Welcome back to Paradise Hotel. We're about to finally enter the elevator. The big boy, the big friend, is dead. We can't seem to get to Edgar. We can try to use the key card, but I doubt this is gonna work.
It looks broken.
Yeah. I don't know if there is a way to get to him. I don't think there is. Unless was there a way? I doubt we're intended to go all the way back around through the vents to get here again. He's probably dead. There's probably no reason to check on him. Even though that was what we were doing. Emily did say we should go check on him, but we never did. Here's Owen. We avenged his death. I'm sure he'd be very proud of us. We used your gun. Well, mostly it was this shotgun, but also there was also some of your bullets went into his face. All right, I'm gonna assume we can't actually get back to Edgar, and the elevator's right here, so let's step inside. Okay. Right, 7 floors. Okay, yeah. 4, 5, 6 are darkened. We can't go there. So we're going to go straight up to 7 to where our sister is. If we go to, every floor that's lit up, the basement is also darkened. Let's try floor 2, which is just going to be at the top of the stairs, isn't it? Yep, top of the stairs. Go up to 3. Is there a reason to go back to 3? Of these floors, we explored floor 3, basically the whole thing. I don't think there's anything else there. Here's the 3rd floor. Oh, my hand was in front of me for a sec. There's the nice save room music. 4. No. So these are not working. All right, straight up to 7 to where our sister is waiting for us. We heard her on the radio at the beginning of the game, talking to the military. And they were sending a helicopter to land on the roof. Uh-oh.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Emergency?
Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Hello?
Ashley? Is that you?
Emily, I'm so happy to hear your voice. Are you hurt? Are you okay?
Both.
Yes, I'm fine, except I'm stuck in the elevator. And you? Where are you?
I'm in the surveillance room. Oh no. He heard me. Wait.
Who?
No! No! Let me go! No!
Ashley? Ashley, are you still there? Ashley!
Oh, really? Oh, okay, the game's done. And I don't think you can see the achievements, but I did just see an achievement that said to be continued. Alright, game over? That's a surprising place to end it. Alright, that's, alright, so the big boy in the lobby, that was actually the last boss fight. I did not realize that was the case, or that we were not actually making it up to the 7th floor. We spoke to Ashley. It sounded like we heard a chainsaw going in there, while Emily was saying, Ashley, are you alright? No, she's not alright. She's screaming, and there is the sound of a chainsaw. But then again, Emily seems to be a bit confused about if people are okay when they are yelling in terror and pain. She's an optimist. She's always hoping for the best. That's our Emily, I guess. And that's Paradise Hotel? That's the whole game? I knew it was a short game. I don't think I realized just how short it was. It said to be continued, so I guess the story is meant to continue. This doesn't say, episode 1, or volume 1, or part 1. So I didn't realize that this just actually not the whole game here. There's more to come at some point, to my surprise. I mean, I was surprised when I looked at the elevator, and I saw that floors 4, 5, and 6 were darkened, because at the beginning of the game, it seemed like they laid out the format for how this game was going to go. We're on the first floor, and our sister is on the 7th floor, and we were going to have to fight our way up 7 floors. And then it turned out to not be like that. We went up to... Let's see, how did this go? We did the entirety of the first floor. We did a little bit of the 2nd floor, only there for a couple minutes. We did the entirety of the 3rd floor. There was a small basement. And then we never actually got to floors 4, 5, 6, or 7, and the game ends on a cliffhanger. Alright, that's... Okay, sure. Man, I feel kind of disappointed by this game. I was quite enjoying most of it. Like, I thought the early part of this game was really good. It was really, had a great mood, a great tension to it, and I thought the gunplay was good. But, there was a point where I don't know. I do know where the point is where it went downhill for me, and that was when we got the shotgun. Which might sound funny, because in many games, you want to get the shotgun. You know, the shotgun is everyone's favorite weapon, especially in survival horror games. But, I feel like when I got the shotgun, the game got real rough, because now it started introducing enemies. Okay, you've heard of bullet sponges? This game has shotgun sponges. Enemies that you could just unload the entire shotgun into, and then pull out your handgun and unload the entire clip into them, and they're still going. They're still going. Yeah, I thought that the game was doing real well, was real good before that point, and then after that point, I don't know. It, like, got overwhelming to a point where I think I was starting to wonder, did I miss something in the tutorial? Did I just not understand something about how combat worked? Because it was now going so badly for me that it felt like I just misunderstood something essential about the game. I don't know. A big problem that I had when I got to that point was, since there were enemies that could take everything I had loaded and were still coming, that then required me to try to reload during combat or try to heal during combat. And I mentioned a couple times that just wasn't happening. I don't think I really specified what the problem was I was having, but the specific problem was that when I would reload, I would look down and, like, go to my bag and, like, pull... Well, let me just, like, go to actually load that saved game and, like, demonstrate that. I was having real problems doing this in the middle of combat. I'm not really sure why. I'll give an example of what I mean. So, like, let's say I have the gun. So to reload, I would look down at the bag, pick up a shell, put it in there, right? But when I'm in the middle of combat, and I'm, like, running away now, and I'm, like, reaching down without looking, yeah, there's nothing in my hand. I'll reach down, press the button, there's nothing in my hand. So, clearly I'm not reaching in the right place. Still nothing. There it is. Why can't I grab this without looking? Am I just reaching in the wrong place? Does it not become available until I look down? Like, I can reach it easily if I look down, but if I'm looking at an enemy in front of me and I'm, like, groping myself to try to grab... Yeah, nothing... Maybe it just doesn't come up unless I'm actually looking down. That seems like a problem. Same thing with the first aid spray. It's at my hip. Now, I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to reach down to my hip. Nothing. Yeah, I'm just not grabbing it. Is it not possible to grab? Like, maybe it just doesn't become available unless I'm actively looking at it. Because I'm trying this in different positions and my hand is coming up with nothing. But if I look at it, I can grab it easily. That was a big problem I was having with reloading during combat. So I can grab that. But if I'm not looking at it... yeah, just nothing. So I think you can't actually grab anything from your belt unless you're looking down. Which I don't know why that would be the case. I can grab the flashlight without looking at it. Like, there's the flashlight. But if I'm looking up and I'm going to grab at my chest... no, actually, the flashlight's not coming now. There it is. So if I'm just not looking down enough, do these items just not actually exist? Yeah. They don't exist unless I look down. Alright, so that was a big problem I was having. You actually do have to look down, otherwise these objects are not grabbable. That was a problem I was having with reloading during combat, because my eyes were on the enemy in front of me. Yeah, that... I don't know. I was having real big problems with the combat in the end game, like I said, to the extent that I was wondering if there was something about how the game works that I just wasn't understanding. And that brought down the end game for me quite a bit. I was liking this game a lot before we got to that point. Once we got to that point, I was like, I don't know. I don't even really feel like continuing playing this now. Also, the last boss fight I felt was astonishingly bad. It seemed like the idea was that you wait for him to charge, then his face opens up, you shoot him in the face. You do that enough, then his back opens up, you shoot him in the back. Okay, I understand that, but there were points where he just wasn't charging. Like, he just wasn't doing it. And it didn't seem like there was anything I was able to do if he wasn't charging. Like, if he doesn't do that, there's nothing for the player to do, except wait. And in the first attempt against that boss, I just deliberately killed myself because it didn't seem like he was doing it anymore. And I was wondering maybe I should just reset the fight. And that worked. When I reset the fight, he now was doing it again. But that first time, he just stopped and wasn't doing it. And I don't know if that was a bug or what. But for some reason, he just wasn't doing his charge. And the way that fight works, it appears that if he's not doing his charge, there's actually nothing the player can do. And, yeah, I don't know. If there was some way to induce him to do the charge, that I think would have gone a long way in making that a better fight, because then that would have given me something to do when he wasn't charging. Something I could be working towards to make him charge, so that his face would open up and then I could shoot him in the face. But as it was, like, I don't know, maybe there is something. Maybe there was something I didn't understand, and maybe there was some way of inducing him to do the charge. As it was, if he didn't do the charge, it didn't seem like there were any options for me to do. Now, the way I did this fight, I like I said, I know that this can't be the way that the developers intended it. The way I did it ended up not being very tense. Like, it took away a lot of the tension, I understand, by figuring out that we could come here and duck in here, and then this would make him go the other way because he can't come in here, so he'll just run down the hallway. And that made things easy, because now we had a straight line between him and us, and I could just, grab the shotgun and wait for him to do his thing, instead of running around in loops out in the lobby. The lobby is a good place for the boss fight to happen. It's a large area. There are stairs. You can go up to the second floor. You can go out to these hallways and side rooms. It's a good area to have the fight in, but, we just found that if we go down this hallway and hide in this room, he can't get us here, and then that forces him to just come at us in a straight line, and that made things a lot easier, but also made things not tense at all, and I'm sure that's not how you're intended to do this. I would be interested in seeing how this fight is meant to go like a good version of the fight, and not, you know, what happened here. That is a big monster butt right there. Exposed pustules. Finger his nodules. Who was this guy, by the way? I mean, maybe it doesn't matter. When we first saw him, I figured it was one of the wrestlers, but then we encountered the wrestlers, so it's not them. I guess it doesn't matter who this is. It may be just one of the super zombies evolved further into a bigger, stronger form. But maybe it just doesn't actually matter who this originally was. Was it one of the managers? I mean, there's no real reason that that one of the managers would be the one to turn into the boss zombie. I guess it doesn't matter. Speaking of the wrestlers, we never encountered them again after that one time. I guess that one place we encountered them, that was where we were intended... Oh, these... Okay. We can't actually go back. Everything is locked. When you start the boss fight, all the doors lock. You're not going anywhere. I guess when we encountered the wrestlers, that is where we were supposed to fight them. I ended up not fighting them, but they never came back anywhere else. But I guess that was where that was supposed to happen. The big showdown with the wrestlers. Oh, this is open. The second floor is still open. That's odd. Well, we can't go anywhere from here, can we? Oh, there's a collectible. That's 12 out of 30. I missed most of them. And we can go up to the third floor. There's no reason to do that, but we can. But anyway, I'm complaining a lot, I know, but that's just because I'm disappointed with how this game ended. Because I liked the first part of it, like the first floor, and then the third floor, and then the chase on the second floor. Everything until the point where we got the shotgun, I was into it. I thought the mood was good. The environments looked good. The zombies, were intimidating. They were ferocious and aggressive. And, there's bodies lying everywhere, and you don't know who's gonna get up and who's not. Wandering dark areas with the flashlight, only being able to see what the flashlight shows. I thought this all worked very well, and, is there still someone around? I mean, I could hear a monster walking around. Is that on this floor? I mean, I don't know who would still be around. The wrestlers are still alive, but they wouldn't be on this floor, would they? I mean, it is letting us walk around here, but is there a reason to do it? I mean, I guess any zombies that were still alive or are still going to be alive now. But there was nowhere else for us to go, right? Pretty sure there was nowhere else for us to go. Well, I guess that's our playthrough of Paradise Hotel. Ending surprisingly short. Turns out, the game is not over. Oh. Yeah. Well, no, the game is over for now. It's just... Whoops. It's just, we won't actually get the real ending of the game until, I don't know, episode 2? Like I said, this game was not called episode 1. They didn't say that. So is there going to be a sequel or what? You can't explode their heads when they're on the ground. Will they not get back up if you do that? That would have been useful. I don't think I realized that. Well, that probably would have been knowledge that would have been useful in the later part of the game. As it is, we're done with the game. Or as much of the game that exists for now. Until, I don't know, another part comes out? Whenever that's supposed to be? Though, like I said, it was a surprise that this is not a full game to begin with. Oh, someone coming? There's also, like, higher difficulties. This is just, what, the normal difficulty? Like, there were higher difficulties to try, but honestly, with how intense the game became at the end, I feel like I'm not really, you know, I'm good, I think. I think I'm alright. Don't really need to play the harder version. So I can only assume that when the second episode comes out that we'll be doing floors 4, 5, and 6. We've done 1, 2, 3, and the basement. So next would be 4, 5, and 6, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the roof. I guess that's what it's gonna be. You know, I don't think we ever found out about anything about what caused the outbreak. But then again, maybe that's just not part of the story of the Paradise Hotel. Maybe, like, the cause of the outbreak is, like, a bigger story that's happening somewhere else. Like, somewhere else, the events of, like, Resident Evil 2 are happening. But that's not here. This is just a hotel. An unimportant hotel. So we're not going to learn about what actually happened. That's not for us to know.
I just killed my boss. That's all good. Everything's fine.
At least I assume that's the deal. But yeah, the weapon handling overall feels okay. I thought the gunplay was alright. I just feel like when things get intense and you have to move fast, that's where the game has problems. Especially when it comes to actually reloading anything in the middle of combat. Although, now that I know that your inventory just vanishes, apparently, when you're not looking at it, now that I know that... Hey, Jimmy. Well, maybe, okay, Jimmy's gonna be the last one we kill, I think. Our good friend Jim. I mean, honestly, Jimmy has had the most, character development of anyone in this game. We learned about him and his family and his feelings of inadequacy. We learned much more about him than anyone else, I think. So, it's only fair that we end our playthrough with Jimmy. I guess that's it for Paradise Hotel, Propagation Paradise Hotel, until whenever the next one is. We'll just take a nap on Jimmy's bed until then.